Hello YouTube, welcome to today's video. I am playing on patch 13.10 and I'm playing Karthus. I just came back after a very long break, as I'm sure most of you guys know. And I just played a game of Karthus where I had more than 10 CS throughout the game. And I wanted to showcase how I got to 10 CS per minute. So first thing is, I actually want to invade in this situation on the enemy top side. A lot of people don't know this, but Karthus is actually really strong level 1, because not only is he melee, but he has a spammable Q that does a lot of damage, especially onto single targets. And most of the time, ranged champions are stronger than melee champions in level 1. There are a few exceptions, but as a rule of thumb, ranged champions are simply stronger than melee champions. So, I'm stronger than Devi. Aatrox against Cho'Gath. Aatrox is really strong as well if he can hit consistently a lot of his Qs. Azir versus Talon. I mean, since Azir is ranged, he's probably slightly stronger than the Talon, but yeah. Still, we have 2 champions out of 3 that are stronger than the enemies, so that's why I want to invade. The second thing is that I know that Vi is most likely going to start her W, which is really useless for a level 1 fight. If she doesn't start W, there's a very high chance that she then starts E, which is slightly better for fighting level 1, but it's not that good. So she doesn't really have a way of escaping outside of her flash, so I do a late invade here with my top and my mid laner. We spot out the Vi, and then I get first blood. And then I simply take her entire top side. And then I farm basically full clear my top side into my bot side. Because Vi is not the strongest counter jungling champion, so we spot the Vi here on bot side, and if you then press tab, we can see that she did her entire bot side, but I did my top side, her top side, and I'm now about to do my bot side. After I then do my bot side, I will safely check with my W if the Skull Crab is still up. I actually didn't expect it to be up, because we saw the Vi here, but for some reason she didn't take it. So I go ahead and take that one, then I instantly cross map and go into top side. I then spot the Vi. I don't want to contest it here, because I have a 2 level advantage already. But I then know that because I started on Vi's top side, and the first jungle camp that I did after a buff was the Grump. And Grump has a 2.15 minute respawn timer, and I realized that I have prio on mid. And top lane, I don't have prio, but if Cho'Gath starts to run, then I basically will run as well. So I basically spam pinging like, hey, I have prio mid, can we abuse this Vi? Which we then do. I steal away the Grump, we then, for whatever reason, find Vi in the river. We get a kill onto Vi once again. Instantly I go into her topside jungle again. Take away the wolves. Then we press tab. Now she's at 16 CS and I'm at 51. So a massive lead. On top of that, I have 2 kills, both also on top of Vi, which puts me at a 1.4, almost 1.5k gold lead already 5 minutes into the game. In this situation, I could have decided to take my top side camps and then base, or take my top side into bot side and then base. It basically just comes down to, is there a specific amount of gold that I need? But I had a really good amount of gold to buy both Lost Chapter and Fiendish Codex. So I just reset. On top of that, the bonus would be... The worst thing would be if I just power farm my top into bot, because that would leave the Drake open so enemy could take it. I could either base right here or take top side and then base walk into bot side, and then I would still be able to contest the Drake. But I cannot contest Drake without having based. But then unfortunately my bot lane does not really know how jungle works, so they die to a Vi gank, which means that we have to give up the Drake, which sucks. But generally speaking, how the game goes throughout the game is top lane is winning, playing really well, jungle is winning, playing really well, and mid lane is winning, playing really well, but our bot lane is losing and playing really bad. So it's basically top side versus bot side. Here, I once again, I want to invade. After I take the Skull Crab, I really want to invade on the top side. But I see that there's a Cho'Gath here on really low HP, so I might as well go up here. Just because it gives me ultimate hunter stack, it gives me first strike proc, and it gives me another, yeah, basically free gold, right? And then after that, now I have top lane prio. Now I have mid lane prio, so now I can invade her top side once again. We then spot out the Vi here. I ulted for bot lane, but they still lost 2v2 somehow. But we end up killing the Vi. And I get the blue buff. I once again get her topside camps. We kill the Cho'Gath. I take the Rift Herald. And here, once again, depending on how much gold I have. Right now I have 2.2k, so I have a lot of gold and I have a really good base here. I could have decided to either take my top side or top side into bot side, but as long as I am farming with a lot of gold in the bank, I can't fight. But when I base and I buy items, then I'm capable of both farming and fighting. But if I have a lot of gold, I can only farm. So I decided to simply base. Once again, we just power farm. Basically taking everything that we possibly can. We see Vi on bot side. I don't really want to fight 3v3 on bot side, because my bot lane is simply so weak and we're already winning on top, mid and jungle. So I'll just continuously play through mid, top and jungle. We put the Herald in mid lane, then Azir completely disrespects my Qs, so he just ends up dying. Somehow we lost first tower. Again, bot lane just making sure that the game gets somewhat difficult for us. It is what it is. And then here, when I come from base, I can either take the decision of, oh, I can focus on more farming, or I can focus on just securing one Drake to make sure that enemy team doesn't have soul as a win condition, because I do have a losing bot side, so getting Drakes is not the very easiest. We see a perfect ulti from Sona, who is for sure performing in this game. So yeah, I decided to basically secure one Drake, making sure that the enemy team can't really play for soul. Because this is a Drake that we could contest, and in the near future with a losing bot side, it's not guaranteed that we can contest Drakes, even though I'm really far ahead. So yeah. Then here, unfortunately I get collapsed on. I was actually kinda griefing. I shouldn't really have given 1000 gold over to the Ezreal here. I shouldn't have greeded for the red buff. I should just have focused on safe farming, which would be wolves into top side, into top scuttle, into her top side. So here I lose out on basically 12 CS, as well as delaying another 20 CS. So yeah, but CS wise, 59 for Vi, 123 for Karthus at 13 minutes. Gold difference is almost 3k, basically 3k in jungle at 40 minutes as well. And now I basically do what I was supposed to do after the Drake instead of going to red buff, which is basically just farm upwards. But as you can see, the issue is now that her top side camps are gone. I do get a kill on Vi, but that's more just random luck rather than a calculated play. So yeah, I could have had 12 CS more at this point, being at 151, which would be 155 now. It should be 159 at this point. And then 136 after the Rift Herald, but then we fight here for the Rift Herald. This play is completely fine, I think. Unfortunately, we end up losing the Rift Herald. I think Sona could have made it reset, but she decided to just stand still. But we managed to win the fight, but lose the Rift Herald. And I already had cleared all of my camps, so I don't really lose too much out of it. If I did have jungle camps up, then it would probably be quite bad to die there, because I could instead just have farmed my jungle camps and be even stronger. But yeah, I think that fight was not too bad. And yeah, then once again, just power farm, power farm, power farm. Walk into her top side, which this time is up. And then here, I decide to not really play for the Drake, because it's a Cloud Drake, which is not really all that good. And on top of that, it's not really like the best soul for us. So I don't mind giving it to the enemy team, and I don't mind not getting it for my own team. And I think that I can simply become much stronger with more farm, more CS, higher level than I can by getting Cloud Drake. Luckily I press R and Vi dies, so I end up getting it anyway. But again, not calculated, just a little bit lucky that Vi dies to my ulti. So yeah, now we're back at the 10 CS per minute mark at 195 at 19 minutes. And once again, I just instantly go and counter jungle. I'm much stronger than Vi, so don't really have to respect her. Catch a wave on top. Power farm a little bit more. Make sure that my dog shit Seri doesn't get red buff. Another fight breaks out. This one we end up losing because Aatrox was on bot side and didn't TP. Well, it was a 4 for 3 for us, but we didn't wait. I think I had ulti like right after I died. Was it a different fight where that happened? Oh no, I do have ulti in this one. Never mind. But yeah, I think when we're this far ahead, we shouldn't really be going 4 for 3 in terms of fights. We should dominate the fights even harder. But I don't think this was a good fight for us, actually. So yeah. We then come out of base. We focus on farming. Clear everything out. Really want to hit level 16 here before pressing R next time. And unfortunately, I end up dying. And I think is this the situation where... Yeah, this is the situation where I really wish... Like, basically, the play was I wanted to get level 16. And I really wanted to press R. But unfortunately, there's 15 seconds on my cool or on my ults before... or after I die. So yeah, that one sucks. But we end up winning the fight regardless and getting Baron. But I don't think it was the best play on my end. So I think that was actually kind of like a positioning mistake and pathing mistake on my end. But yeah, back to respawning. We are focusing on farming. We're now level 16. Sitting at 239 CS. Realized that my team lost the fight. And me and Talon's not there, so we just give them the Drake. Again, I don't mind losing this Drake. And I definitely don't want to die for the Drake, because I should just focus on constantly farming. So yeah. We spot out the Vi, but can't kill her. And then here I base because I have Void Staff. And then now you will see a fantastic, completely 1v9 Karthus ulti here. Where entire team gets obliterated. Look at this. Well, we can actually put it in slow motion. When do we start ulting? We do here. And then... boom, an instant triple. Could maybe have been a penta, because I have Leandra's proc here. Could probably do 26 damage, and then somebody would have to like heavily damage the Cho'Gath down, or I would simply have to kill him within the next 40 seconds, and then it would have been a penta. But regardless, quite satisfying Karthus ulti at the end of the game. And then we basically just end up ending off this one team fight. So yeah, ending with a score of 16, 4, and 8. And 285 farm with a 8,000 gold lead, 8,500 gold lead on to Vi in just 26 minutes, which averages out to, let's see, how much CS per minute is it? Which averages out to 10.6 CS per minute. So yeah, that was basically how to farm 10 CS per minute on Karthus. I will though say that I probably focused a little bit too much on farming. I think there were situations where I could have focused on maybe covering or farming more efficiently or at different times, rather, or basically just fight at different times rather than just focus on farming or pushing or whatever. So this wasn't a 100% optimized game. I think it could have been more efficient than what it was, and I definitely did do some mistakes. And I were aware of some of them that I went through, mainly just the devs. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to like. If you have any questions for Karthus, leave them down in the comment section down below. Or if you want to book a coaching session, then hit me up on Discord as well. 25 euros per VOD review. And always subscribe to not miss out on future content. I am coming back to League very, very soon. I am expecting to be back for Split 2. So yeah, see you guys.